Be very, very quiet. I'm hunting rabbits. Ha
Eh. What's up, Doc?
Ow! You're hurting me.
This little rabbit's hopping down the old bunny trail.
Please let me go, Mr. Bunny.
Looking like a double-wide surprise. God damn.
Shangri-La Frontier just wrapped up its first season, and when I first checked it out, I was not expecting to enjoy it as much as I did. Every now and then an anime comes along that just excels past the rest, and this is one of those animes. With 25 episodes in total, Shangri-La Frontier is about a guy whose name is Rakuro Hizutome. Sorry if I butchered that. A high school sophomore who spends all his free time playing trash games that are no longer popular and are filled with all kinds of bugs. And as a byproduct, he's become a pro at gaming. A new VR game called Shangri-La Frontier has just released, and it's the #1 game everyone's playing. And so Rakuro, again, sorry if I really butchered the hell out of that name, decides to take a break from playing trash games and wants to check out this new one and see how well his skills stack up. I loved every bit of this anime, and I'd like to tell you guys why I think it's one that you gotta check out. Of course, before we get into all that, if you're a fan of my content and would like to help support my channel, please do consider hitting the like button and the subscribe button, as well as the bell icon to be notified whenever my new videos drop. Subscribing is free, and all you have to do is make a YouTube account, which is also free. My goal is to hit 1,000 subs this year, and with your help, I think I can do it. I cover movies, TV shows, anime, and a little bit of gaming from time to time, and I try and upload at least once a week. So, with all of that out of the way, let's talk about Shangri-La Frontier.
名付けてラビットガン。
扱いが雑すぎますわ。
撃てエブレ。
マジックエッジ。
The game itself is your standard fantasy open world MMO, towns filled with players as well as NPCs, monsters, magic, a leveling system, magical artifacts and items, secrets and achievements to unlock, detailed character creation, secret boss monsters and encounters, guilds, different classes, and from the sound of things, DLC on the way. Think of everything you could want in a fantasy game, and this anime has it. Of course, just because it has all of the makings of a good fantasy anime, that doesn't mean that it's necessarily going to be good, because within every story, the most important thing is the writing. Are the characters interesting and fleshed out? And does the story itself keep you interested and invested? And as far as this one, I'd say, yeah, pretty much. The main character, Rakuro Hizutome, plays using his nickname Sunraku, and I'm just going to call him that from now on too because it's a whole hell of a lot easier to pronounce. He's fairly one note along with the rest of the main characters, but even though they don't go on any deep character arcs, the anime makes up for that with an exciting story that continues to evolve and never feels stale or boring. The progression of the story is steady and isn't filled with useless filler, and the characters are all likable enough. Speaking of the characters, Sunraku is an outgoing guy that really only cares about gaming, and so every evening after school, he just pops an energy drink and lays back and spends hours getting good. Kei Uemi, or Umi, something like that, who goes by Okatsu, and I'm just gonna call him that, in Shangri-La is a fellow gamer that Senraku met playing a crappy game. He's one of Japan's best fighting gamers and belongs to a pro gaming team. He excels at PvP, and Senraku's the one who ended up getting him addicted to trash games, as well as Shangri-La in the first place. Next up, we've got a girl whose name is Rei Seiga, whose player name is Saiger0. She's one of Shangri-La's top players and earned the title the Attack Master by achieving the highest burst damage in the game. Her avatar is this massive metal knight, and everyone gets the crap scared out of them whenever they see her in the game. But in real life, she's just this nervous little girl who goes to the same school that Senraku does and has a major crush on him. It is kind of cute seeing her freak out every time Senraku and her meet in-game, and of course he's completely oblivious to who she is or how she actually feels about him. Last up on the main character list of players is Toa Amane, whose gaming character is also known as Arthur Pencilgon. She specializes in strategy and information warfare and goes by the nickname No Life Killer because she's really good at fighting stronger opponents. She met Senraku and Okatsu playing other games and has pretty much been a rival / gaming comrade ever since. So what's the general plot of this anime? Well, Senraku starts playing Shangri-La and he gets addicted and, like all other games, begins to progress through the game. Although, unlike most other gamers, he decides to forge his own path instead of going through the introduction elements and just tries to figure things out as he goes. This causes him to miss out on a lot of important info, like, for example, how to combine skills. But thanks to his skills as a gamer, he still manages to just do fine. He creates a luck character build and turns his avatar into something of a glass cannon with great offense but almost no defense. Everything goes pretty well for Senraku at first, but early on he encounters one of the 7 Colossi. They're basically unique monsters that are the strongest in the game, and up until this point, no one's been able to kill any of them. Senraku faces Lycagon, the Night Slayer, a giant wolf monster, and ends up getting killed, but since this was a unique monster, it leaves Senraku with a unique side effect, which prohibits him from wearing any armor. So from that point on, Senraku is forced to go through the entire game wearing only his headgear, which looks like the face of a blue chicken. Thanks to his luck stat, he gets introduced to a new NPC named Emule, who becomes his companion and introduces him to her father, Versace, who's basically this rabbit mob boss who rules over Rabbituza. More and more quests open up, and slowly but surely, the world opens up as well, and the other player characters are introduced, and Senraku, Okatsu, and Pencil Warrior eventually team up to face off against a big bad. I normally don't mind throwing criticisms out there, but honestly with this one, I can't really think of anything that stood out for me. I'm sure on a second watch I might see a few things that could be improved, but this anime seemed pretty solid for what it is. The animation quality is great all throughout, and the English dub voice actors seem to fit well with the characters I was watching on screen. I suppose you could argue that since this is all taking place inside of a game, then it takes away all the stakes and takes away the tension whenever a character is in trouble. Most animes like this are a straight up isekai that literally transport the protagonist to a new world with similar game mechanics, and the hero is actually there and at risk of dying. Whereas in this, if and when Senraku dies, he's just able to reload the game. For me, that was never really a problem, and even though I know it's inside of a game world, it still felt like character choices had a lasting consequence to them. And to be honest with you, it was kind of refreshing to see them go this route instead of what you normally see in an isekai. The first season is finished, and all 25 episodes are fully dubbed, and are ready to be binge-watched. I had a lot of fun with this one, and I'm looking forward to Season 2. But I'd love to know what you guys think. Have you seen Shangri-La Frontier? And if not, does it sound like something you'd like to check out? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and if you've made it this far in the video, then please do consider hitting the like button and the subscribe button to help out the channel. I do really appreciate you guys watching, and as always, have a great freaking day.